And my name is Mandy. I am with Scott Leroy Marketing, and today we are going to go over listings and how to create landing pages as well. We're going to cover the marketing profile too, just so you can see where everything feeds from. And we'll go ahead and get started. And also, please drop your questions in the chat if you have any. I will circle back around to that at the end of class. And if you ever think of any questions after the class, just know that this class will be posted within 24 hours on our YouTube channel. The link is already there in our chat. And also, you can always email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. We'll be happy to help you. We can either help you get it done or give you resources to show you how to do it. Some people prefer to do a lot on their own, so sometimes it's just teaching you how to do it, or we can also jump in there with you and help. So as you see on my home screen here, we are already logged into Command. There are other classes like our Command Overview class that will teach you how to log in. We also use, in this case, we're using Chrome Incognito window. Whereas we had been recommending Firefox. However, Firefox had an update, and for some reason, we are seeing some errors come through with Command and Firefox at this time. So just FYI, Chrome Incognito, and actually, I don't even think I'm in an incognito window at the moment, but I told you I was. Normally we are. Normally this would be a black bar at the top, and you would see that it was incognito on the right-hand side. We're just going to continue on. Let me show you the marketing profile first. Over here on the right-hand side where your picture and your name would be, you click once and go down here to settings. And the marketing profile, think of it just as a bank of data that feeds out to your marketing platforms throughout Command. Over here on the left-hand side, click Connect Settings and Marketing Profile. This is where your headshot lives. This is where your bio lives. This is where any team logo or KW logo would be as well. So the most important thing, we're not going to go over this in detail today. It is covered again in the Command Overview class in great detail, or you can always reach out to us and we are happy to send you a questionnaire. You fill it out and we come in here and make sure this is set up perfectly for you. You just want to make sure that this is toggled on right here where my mouse is. You want to make sure that little button is green. That way it is actually branding out to your agent site. Okay. And so then as you scroll down, you'll see several fields, just basic information here, guys. Just want to make sure it's all filled out. That way, you know that the widgets we're going to use today to create our landing pages are going to be full of your information to be able to pre-fill and make it super easy for you. So if you make any changes, always click save at the bottom. At this point, we didn't make any changes, so we're going to carry on. I want to show you your listings tab next. You will also hear these tabs over here on the left called applets sometimes, but to save any confusion from it getting confused with your actual apps, we're just going to call them tabs for today. So click on the listing tab. It's the next to the last one. And as this opens, you'll see we actually have no listings showing. That is because Scott is not a listing agent. However, you may see some of the ones that you have listed. If you have listings, yet you're not seeing them right here, it just may be that you have not synced your MLS. Pretty easy to do. You would just click that Sync My MLS button right here, and you can search by listing address or by MLS number. Highly recommend doing MLS number anytime you're in Command. If you're doing this on campaigns or here to sync your MLS, or even when we're going to create this landing page today, just highly recommend your MLS number. It's going to be way faster. So you would search with your MLS number right here. It's going to ask you if you're the primary listing agent or the co-listing agent. And once you've answered that, it's going to send you a verification email. Once you go to that email, verify the information, then your MLS will be synced with your command. We're not going to go through those steps. Obviously, again, we don't have listings, but if you have any questions regarding that, you can always reach out to us. Okay. And so even if you don't have listings, even if you don't have your MLS synced, you can still search. So we're going to go up here and click the search tab. This covers all MLSs throughout the country and some of Canada. And so you can just pick an area that you want to and start zooming in. You will see the listings start populating on your right. You can search by address here as well. You can do the drop down, do that MLS number, that magic little number that seems to make it work every time, or your KWLS ID as well. So you can come in here, choose any neighborhood. You can choose any house. Um, it's whatever you would like. I'm in a rural part of Colorado over here on this map, so I don't know. Oh, it's still got some homes showing up over here on the right to show you. So you can search and choose like you would want to. And even once you do find a listing, you can click on the location here at the bottom. Let's see if it's going to let me select it. So don't click on location, click on on the address. And it actually looks just like your MLS would. You can actually see the listing category that it's in. This is active, the listing status. So you can see if it's on market or off market. Days on market usually will populate for you here as well. It looks like this just got listed today, so we don't even have any DOMs accumulated yet. And you can scroll down, see all the logistics, all the statistics, see the map. You even have tax information. You would have school information here if the agent had entered it in as well. Just some good stuff here. You'll notice we even have some more tabs up here on the left. We can choose to view all the photos. If anything has been entered into the MLS for open houses or virtual tour or additional links, it would all be right here. So this is excellent to use as an alternative to the MLS just for you to search. You could use it just like Zillow, things like that. So it gives you lots of information right here within your command. Okay, so that was just a quick overview of your listings applet that is here within your command. Again, if you got any questions, just reach out to us. Now we're just going to move right on into creating those landing pages. You do that by going to your consumer app or consumer tab down here. It's the very last one. Just give that a click, give it a second to come up. So this is your agent app or your agent site. Excuse me, I'm using the word that I don't want to use. I don't want to confuse you with your app. This is an agent site. You'll see your URL right here. Okay, and these are all your pages that are published. For today's use, we want to make sure we're up here on this landing pages tab right here. So we're just going to give that one click. And these are our landing pages that we've created up here. Over on the far right hand side, we're going to click create new page. And it gives you an option. We're going to either put this on our site or create a landing page. The big difference here, folks, is landing page is going to be a singular solo page. It's not connected to our website in any way, shape, or form. It is solo. And I want to show you the difference between that. If I went back over here to my agent site, I'm going to click on Scott's website here in another tab, just going to open it real quick. You will see if it was on our website, it would be in our drop-down menu, right? We could create a slug and put it right here about us, our mortgage calculator, things like that. Someone would be able to locate that page if they had gone to our original agent website. They would be able to find the page that we're creating. That's what it would mean to be on your agent site, okay? So when we're creating a landing page, it's going to be free flying. It's going to be solo. There's not going to be a way to access it unless you have the URL link. Okay. And so right here on the right, we're going to click create new page and select as a landing page and then choose create page. Okay. Let that open. All right. And the very first thing, highly recommend you do, let's go ahead and name this. So I have a particular listing that we're going to do this for today just as a sample. And so we're going to go up here and just highlight everything, give it a few clicks, and go ahead and name it the name of a random listing that I've chosen off of the MLS. While that's saving, I do want to tell you too, these landing pages can really add value to your listing presentation, to a seller that you're working with, by giving them a dedicated landing page just for their listing. Especially if you're paying for photography for your seller, this is a great way to highlight it. These also would be wonderful to use like for an open house or a client appreciation event. Anywhere that you would need someone to sign up or capture their information, these are excellent to use for that. So we'll show you that today. I'm going to go over all the widgets on the right-hand side by the end of the video, but first we're going to create the landing page as if we were doing it for a listing. Okay, and so over here on the right-hand side, now that we've named it on the top left, and I believe I already said this, but if you don't name it, it does just generate a bunch of letters and numbers. So it's great to go ahead and name it. Over on the right-hand side, you have a couple of choices here. You've got some agent branding or you've got a branded header. I'm going to show you the difference. We're just going to throw them both up here. I just want you to see why I would choose branded header, because it's a lot cleaner and looks a little bit better. And so I'm just going to go ahead. I can click on this, see how the ribbon turns blue around it, click the trash can and make it go away. So we're left here with our branded header. And I just think it gives you a sleek look just to start off with that fresh on the top. And so since this is for our listing, we're going to grab the listing widget, put it right there below. Again, you can see where our green ribbon is. That tells you if it's going to go below, or if I move it up, it'll show it above. So it shows you what order it will go in relation to other widgets that you have. So let's go ahead and do underneath. And you see it did populate with a generic listing. We're going to fix that in a minute when we configure our widgets. Okay, so don't panic. It's all right. There's a way to change that. So, all right, so we've got our branded header, we've got our listing. Next, let's go ahead. You can do a market snap right here if you want. You can see how much information is right there about the property already. It does get in a little bit into which subdivision it's in, and it does create a map. If you were to drop the market snap underneath, you could actually configure it, and I'll just drop it. I know our little green tab disappeared, but we could see that it was going below. So you can come down here and see the market snap to show the neighborhood statistics and things like that if you want to. I think sometimes it can be a little much for a landing page. You're wanting to capture their information. You're wanting them to tell you or to let them give you their information so that you can give them more information. So you don't want to supply them too much, right? It's something we used to always do in my area as realtors. When we went to an open house, we would only bring either a digital or a paper copy of the MLS and property disclosure. We wouldn't bring multiple copies because, oh, I'm sorry, I have to keep this one today. But if you'll give me your email, I'll be sure to send you your own copy, right? So give them enough so that you can get that information back in return and get that good connection. So this is an option to add that market snap. However, I'm going to go ahead and delete it off of this one for today. There we go. All right. And so you also can put in your lead form. There it is. And drop it down here. So again, in order, so far we have our branded header, we've got our listing information and our lead form. And so scroll down here and see what it looks like. We're going to customize this in just a second, but this is where they would enter their information. Any information listed or entered here would automatically go into your command contacts tab with a blue L beside it to show you that it's a lead. And you can open it. I'll show you that in a little bit, but I'm going to show you where we can actually tell where the lead came from and what all they clicked on. So that's very helpful. And in case you're in a state that requires it, let's just go ahead and drop our legal footer down there at the very, very bottom, just so it's there. It's a nice wrap up to your landing page anyway, makes it look professional. Okay. And so we've added the widgets that we want to our landing page here. While we're here, I'm going to go ahead and show you the widgets that we did not use. And then I'm going to go into showing you how to configure the widgets. Okay. So I did not show you the local expert. I'm gonna drop it up here in the top where a blue ribbon shows. This is a blurb about you. It's going to show your bio. It's going to show your contact information again, makes your headshot a little bit bigger. Nice young photo of Scott when he got started a few years ago. And You can choose this if you like. We're just not going to use it for the purposes of today. Just wanted you to see what it would be. I'm going to use the trash can for that. Okay. You'll notice these green ribbons going across the top, just telling you that you're successful in the operations that you're doing. Okay. I see the question you said, how did I drop the legal footer? Just like the other widgets, I just grabbed it and put it up and see where the green little ribbon is in between or even at the top. I can just drop it in wherever I want it to be. That didn't actually take because I did it up too high, but I can put it right here and drop it in. Actually, it's not letting me because I already have it on here. That's a little safety feature of the landing pages and the widgets. If you already have it on here once, it'll keep you from duplicating it. So it is right here at the bottom, but it was just a drag and drop feature. It was just probably all the way down at my page, so you probably weren't able to see that little green ribbon when I did it. All right, and so I covered the Your Local Expert. The video is pretty cool. If you ever have a YouTube video that you've done and you would like to put it on here, you can. You can do that as well. Again, drag and drop. Testimonial capture form. Just know it's going to look a little bit like this lead capture form here. This is not the same as the carousel that you will see on your website. On your website, there is a widget called the testimonial carousel, which will actually make your testimonies that have already been submitted rotate on your website. If you have any questions about adding that, email us. We can actually add that page for you if you send us over your testimonials that have been sent in. But this is actually the capture form for that. So that's what you see there. And then download my app. You also have that link. And it's actually pretty cool looking. Let me go ahead and drop this one in. And so you can see where it shows a little bit about the app and has the button where they can download it to their mobile devices as well. Okay. So I'm going to delete that. That is all the widgets that we have here. So now that we have this, I'm going to start back up at the top, show you again, branded header. There we go. And we have our listing information again, totally generic at this moment. We're going to fix that in just a second. Shows you the photos that you can thumb through, even has a map. And then we get to our lead form here as well with our legal footer at the bottom. You'll notice also from that marketing profile that we filled out to begin with, if you have your links that go directly to your business social pages, these also will work right here. So it's just really good to have. All right, so let's jump in and start configuring. All right, so first things first, it knows that I added my listing widget. It wants to know which listing. So we're going to hit browse listings. Looks very similar to that listings tab that we were looking at, right? So you can use this drop down button right here to change how you search for it. Highly recommend MLS number. You will be amazed at how many street names are repeated throughout the entire United States. And it just brings up a ton of listings if you pull it by address. So I'm going to type in my MLS number here, hit search, and awesome. We only have one of 7. So here's the tricky part. You're still going to have multiple listings come up when you do the MLS numbers because there's so many different MLSs over across the United States. So in this particular one, I just happen to know that this is the listing that I had randomly chosen earlier because of the photo. But you can also compare the zip code and the listing agent, because obviously you would always want the listing agent's permission if you are not the listing agent to be able to do this. So we're going to select this particular listing. You'll see on the right-hand side that it pulls everything. So it pulls the photos from the listing, but you do have the option to add a custom listing or a custom image as well. See this little blue box around this one? I can actually select any of these images that I want to be the primary image shown on this. So this is a nighttime photo of the house with all the lights on, but here's a bright, sunny day photo of it as well. Just depends on which photo you would prefer. I'm going to go with the daytime just because it looks a little shinier and a little brighter for our listing page. And as you go down, you can see that it's already been selected. There's nothing else to really customize on this widget because it's going to pull everything from that MLS. And just in case you made a mistake, you always have the option right here to change listing. So I'm going to hit save and apply. You're going to want to do that after every single widget you configure. Okay. And you'll notice we have live updates already right here to the left. It's excellent. All right. And so I want to try to go back because I noticed there it goes. It for some reason it skipped us doing our branded header. You can tell right here we are on one of 4 widgets that we added to this page. And I noticed we were on 2 of 4. I want to make sure that I've got my header text up here at the top. I'm going to put in our address. Okay, our headshot again, pulling straight from the marketing profile. All of this is already inputted here. It's a great time saver that you already had your marketing profile filled out and all of this information is auto-populating. Gonna hit save and apply and we should see the live update. There we are, right there. You'll see it over the left-hand side. You'll see that the address populated right here. Please know this is not really customizable. It is left focused. We cannot center it and the font size, things like that aren't able to be adjusted. We do have up to 30 characters for it though. All right, so we've saved and applied. Again, do that after every widget you configure. Go back up right here, and I'm going to click right to go 2 to 4 of our widgets, which we did. We've already done our listing. Going to click the right arrow again and go 3 of 4. This is our lead form. See where it says interested? Let's talk. Sometimes that's just not the appropriate response if you're using it for client appreciation or an open house, things like that. So you can actually put in other things here like request your personal private tour or would you like your personal private tour? Things like that that would be more appropriate for you creating a listing page like we are right now, specifically to give value back to our seller and also gain some information for some potential clients. So you can also put something like looking for more details because obviously they've made it to the bottom of this page. They're still looking for information. They've kept reading this far, right? So we can put that here, hit save and apply, and it's going to update this right there. Okay. Please also know that every field in this lead form is required. They will have to leave a note. It's very funny. You see people's personalities come out when they have to leave a note. Some people are really cute. And we're going to hit the right arrow again. Okay, and then we are on 4 of 4 for widgets. This is our legal footer. Again, it's going to pull and populate all from our marketing profile. There's not much to really fill out here. It's already there. So we're going to hit save and apply for that as well. We are done. We've gone through our 4 of 4 widgets. Okay, so just know that you have configured everything. And at this point, we can either click Save Landing Page, which would save it as a draft, or I can hit Publish Page. For us today, because I want to show you the final product, we're going to hit Publish Page. It's going to ask you, are you 100% sure? Yes, I am. All right, and it should knock us back, yep, all the way back into our Consumer tab over here on the left again. Now we're looking at the agent site. Remember, we made this as a landing page, so it's not actually tied to our agent site. So I want to go back to landing pages and we'll see right here at the top, I got a green toggle on, so I know my status is live. This is the page that I titled the 620 Crestview Drive. And I have my URL here. I want to show you this. See how this is a bunch of garble right here at the end? That's called a slug, a URL slug. And so while I can't change the first half of this URL, I can change the slug. So I'm going to go over here to the right and click these 3 dots right here and hit change URL. You'll notice it did have an edit button and also it had a deactivation option right there as well and a delete option. I just wanted to get this done really quick. Just know you can't put any spaces or funky characters. I believe you can do dashes, but this is what we would do here. All right, and so I'm just going to leave that there, hit create. And now you have a customized slug after this, which makes it a little easier to remember and copy and paste when you need to put it anywhere as a hyperlink and don't have an option to change the text that's appearing outward facing, you can do it this way. Okay. And so I want to go ahead and select this page. I want to show you our finished product here, and then we're going to try our lead form so that I can show you what it looks like when someone fills one of these out when it comes into your contacts tab. And Brooke, I do see where you said, how do you search for a listing? If you would clarify for me really quick, if you're talking about when I was configuring my widget, or if you're talking about at the beginning of class when I was looking at my listings, I can go back over that for you. Not a problem. Okay, so this is what our landing page looks like for 620 Crestview Drive. And it was beautiful, if I must say so ourselves. So here for our KW page, and there's our lead form. So we can just go in here and put sample test at Gmail. Let's make up a phone number. Okay, and then we'll just put in a little note, howdy. And we have to do the reCAPTCHA as well, just to make sure that we're not a robot. And then our send button populates. So if you ever have anybody asking you, hey, I can't submit my information on your landing page, it's likely because they haven't done the reCAPTCHA. Okay, so we'll hit send. Ah, it got me. Okay, let's see if it'll let me get away with putting the dashes. Sometimes it's super smart and knows that it's not a real phone number and it won't let me get past it. That's all right. Let's see if I remember my old Market Center number. There we go. All right. So it says, thank you for the information, gave you that green banner of success. And so we can go back over here. I'm going to click on my original tab for my command over here on the left-hand side for contacts right here. Okay. And so we should see it populate because we don't have too many. I've got filters on. So YouTube has been censoring us because of contact information showing it's all fake. It's all fake. This is a fake demo database. However, um, they've been censoring us because we have fake things like this, and its algorithm automatically thinks that we're giving out personal information. So it's been banning our videos. So we've gotten really sensitive about that to make sure that we're not doing that. So I'm just going to click on the Scott Leroy one just because you can see the L right beside it. So you know this information came over. And you can see right here on timeline. Now, if this were the contact that we had just put in, which is in our contacts here, it's just unfortunately, if I remove any of the filters, it's going to show a ton of information and we risk losing our video on YouTube. So over here on the right, you would normally be able to see where it came from the reCAPTCHA plan, from our lead form, excuse me, from our lead form on our landing page. It would say that right here. It would actually even include the address of the landing page so that you would know exactly where it came from, which again helps if you are doing this at a client appreciation event or even at an open house. You would always be able to go there, okay, and see that where it came from, and you would be able to see that you can see their other clicks too, that this was, they've subscribed to certain smart plan and stuff. So it shows you all kind of goodness in here. Okay. And also your notifications up here. See the red dot on the bell. This also will let you know the lead form notification that we have a new lead done it. Oh, I can do it there too. Thank you. I think someone said, Shelly, there is a notification as well. You are exactly right. I don't know if you were answering somebody else or just helping me out, but I appreciate it. So that way I can get right to this contact without searching through the others. And you will see it was exactly the one that we entered. You can see when we were last contacted. It was 2 minutes ago when we put it in. Okay. And you can see over here on the right-hand side, you can see where it says lead received from 620 Crestview Drive. So there you go. And it even includes our little note as well. Okay. And here you can go a million places with this, putting them up on a smart plan, sending them either a Market Snap or maybe even a Neighborhood Nurture. You can just go as many places as you want with your marketing from here. Okay. So we've done that. Let me check back here on our little list. Want to make sure I've shown you all the widgets that were available. I've shown you how to configure the widgets as well. We've also gone to our page and shown you the page here You'll notice, just FYI, verification expired for the reCAPTCHA. If the landing page is open too long, it will expire, so you'll just want to hit refresh. If you're sitting at an open house waiting on people to sign in, just make sure that you've refreshed that and there's an actual reCAPTCHA right there before they go through the trouble of trying to enter it, and then it won't go. Okay? And so that about covers it today. I was just checking my notes to make sure there's nothing else that I wanted you guys to be able to see. So if there's any questions, I'm going back through the chat right now just to see what you guys had to say. Listening from Destin. That's awesome, Kim. I hear y'all are getting a little bit of cold weather for a little bit down there. Yes, this is going to be recorded for later, VC. This should be up. Normally, we have these up on YouTube within 24 hours of them being recorded. However, with it being holiday week, Christmas week, I am not sure if this will be posted immediately within 24 hours. But yes, it is currently being recorded, just like Chelsea said. And Kayla, thank you guys. Y'all are so helpful. Sandy, I got yours about the legal footer. We went over that. And how did you search for the listing? You found it. Okay, good, Brooke. There you are. Denise, I see you. Are you notified via text or email? And Shelly answered with that notification bell that you see right on my screen right here, top right. That bell notification, that's where you are, or that's where you'll see that notification at. Can we put this landing page on Facebook? Yeah, actually you can. However, I actually recommend, Sandy, you going through your campaigns tab in Command over here on the left-hand side. There it is. So you would go through campaigns here to do paid ads through your Facebook or your Instagram, things like that. If you wanted to do a paid ad, it will actually have a form in it that will capture that information for you, so you don't have to do it double time. But yeah, you absolutely can take this landing page URL, copy and paste it anywhere you want to. So just know that you can do that if you want to put it on any of your social media, any of your other marketing. You could even make a QR code with that and put it on your for sale signs or your open house sign. Even if it's not your listing, you're doing, let's say you're doing an open house for another agent, which is what I did a lot when I first got into business years and years ago. When I didn't have my own listings, I would offer to do open houses for folks. Well, offer to bring your own open house sign, have a QR code made, stick it on there, make it like a temporary sticker or a little magnet that you can put on an open house sign so you don't have to replace it every time. But you can make a QR code out of this. And if you're looking for a QR code for things like that, you can always email us and we're happy to go in and help you make those QR codes. There are a few websites that are free that you can do that with as well. I was trying to find my web link really quick that we use for ours. I think it's QR dash generate. Where'd it go? There it is. QR dash code dash generator.com. I'll throw that in the chat really quick, but this is where we would go and make a QR code. So you can use it there. And let me get back to the questions here because I probably elaborated on that one too much for you, but just know you can use this anywhere. Where does the landing page go? Can it be, yep, just covered that for us. Can you show us how to create a QR code? Sure, we can do that. And Cassandra, Canva might do the QR codes. This one is free. Just familiar with it. This is what we do on the tech side at Scott Leroy Marketing when we're working for you guys. We'll go here to create your QR code. So as that's loading up QR code generator, I'm just going to come back over here again. Make sure I'm grabbing my URL for my landing page. And there's a couple of things right here to notice. You want to make sure what you're doing this for, what you're creating it. Ours is a URL because that's what we're doing it for. So we're going to paste it right here in the center. You'll notice that a sample comes over here on the right. Highly recommend going ahead and checking this with your phone to make sure it actually goes somewhere, to make sure it's actually working. And then you can download it right here with the green download button. And it is a JPEG image. You can put that anywhere. You can upload it into your design center, into Command, and use on some other marketing, whatever you would choose to do. And there's some customizable features you can do right here if you want it to look a little different. Some are free, some are not. You can change the color. You can even make it have a logo on the inside. So I think it actually does start charging when you start customizing it a little bit, but to get a generic QR code, 100% free right there. So, and Jeffrey Mark was sharing about his QR codes. Yeah. Oh, very cool, Jeff. That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Okay, well, that was the end of the questions that I'm seeing, guys. If anybody has any other questions, just let us know. Um, or you can always email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com. And we'll go ahead and wrap the class for today. I thank you guys for coming. You guys, this is in peak realtor holiday season, right? Unfortunately, a lot of people go on holiday and take time off from business from October to December or January for real estate. So to see 42 of you guys show up today and invest in your business and invest in this to help your clients, bravo to you. That is just amazing. Super impressed with you. Merry Christmas, y'all too. All right, guys. Bye bye.